Yeah, that's right, folks. Batman's back and better than ever. I'm here to take down all the crime in Gotham because nobody could take down the Batman.
I'm up for the challenge. Alright guys, this is it, the third and final Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. I know what you're thinking, the first movie and the second movie had really high stakes. How could the third one even beat that? There is a lot going on in this movie that makes you really want to pull yourself into it. Not only the stakes, but the emotions in this movie are pretty high. There's a lot of tension in some of these scenes, and you could just feel it like, oh man, this is so uncomfortable, but I can't look away. There's moments between two friends whose friendship is unbreakable and sacred, and it starts to slowly crumble and dissolve because of what's going on in this movie, and it's really, really deep. And you feel it. You really feel it. Christopher Nolan is a very good director, and he knows exactly what he wants to get out of these characters, and he picked some good ones. Tom Hardy as Bane is perfect. I couldn't picture a better Bane. Never in a million years could I picture a better Bane than Tom Hardy. Even though he has that mask on, he could still get his emotions across just as clearly, just through eye movement and hand motions and stuff like that. You would never think that by moving your eyes and your hands so well could you get such an emotion across. Tom Hardy really knows that the tiniest movement of a hand and the slightest widening of the eyes can mean so much. And he's obviously got a lot to work around with that voice and everything, and it's too bad because in the other two movies it was hard enough just trying to understand Batman, and now we have Bane in this movie and he's talking over here and Batman's talking over here, and I could barely understand either one of them.
Ah! You adopted the weapon! You merely adopted the dark! I was born in it!
But if you think that's bad, you should check out the old promo clips from last year.
Or perhaps he's wondering why someone would shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane. Or perhaps he's wondering why someone would shoot a man before throwing out of a plane. It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan. It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan.
I don't know how that first voice got as far as it did, and I'm glad it's out of there because I'll take that second voice over the first one any day, which is just fine because it's pretty catchy. We've all tried to mimic the Bane voice. There's millions of videos on YouTube of people trying to mimic the Bane voice too. We're doing it in this review. Now, speaking of funny things that happen in the Batman trilogies, I have to point out the things that Lucius invents for Batman. Now, we all know that the Batmobile doesn't look like a bat at all, which is okay. It kind of looks like a tank, and it goes for the military sort of feel, so that's not too far off the path. But when he came out with this new thing, the Batplane, man, you are really stretching it, Lucius. Now, I'm on board with the Batmobile because I can kind of see that being applied in today's world and technology and everything like that. Sure, it's a tank, he's Batman, why not? But we have nothing like the Batplane that was in the third movie. So why not invent something that looks kind of like a bat, or even just a little bit like a bat, or just like a bird in general? This plane looks nothing like a bat at all. Nothing! It looks more like a lobster. Check out a lobster and check out the plane. They look exactly the same. As a matter of fact, judging from this Batmobile and this new Batplane, I'm not too sure that Lucius really knows what a bat looks like. Hello sir, welcome to Red Lobster. Can I take your order? Ah yes, wonderful, thank you my friend. I think I will have the all-you-can-eat bat, if I may. We actually don't have an all-you-can-eat bat. We do have an all-you-can-eat lobster, if you would like pretty that. Sure they call it bat, and I'll take it. No sir, it's a lobster. No, it's a bat. Oh, yep, there it is. That's the Batplane. Yeah, that's a bat. Another thing that I found really funny throughout the Batman trilogy is the way that Batman talks to people from time to time. Like, he's got this lackadaisical kind of lean to himself, where he's a little punch drunk or something like that. So when you're talking to him, he's listening to you, but he's thinking about something else entirely. It's pretty weird. Check out this clip. Wow, Batman, thank you so much for saving my life.
Don't let me,
Ooh. Look for that scene in The Dark Knight Rises. You'll know what I'm talking about, and you'll start to see it all over. And of course, what would this movie be without the "Where is he" line? Every one of these movies had it so far, and this movie doesn't disappoint. I'm glad they put it in there, and you will too, because what Batman movie would be complete without the "Where is he" line?
Where is he? Where's the Trigger Man? Where is he? Don't play this with me! Where is the Trigger Man? Where is he?
Every scene needs a "Where is he?"
Where is the Trigger Man? Where is he?
Man, I'm glad they got it in there. While we're on the topic of Bane and Batman fighting, I really wish that the end fight scene with Bane and Batman could have been just a little bit better. I'm not saying what we got was bad, it was really great and I loved watching it, but it could have been a little bit better. They just missed the peak, just by a little bit. It was one of those aw man moments. You know when you're watching a fight scene and you're totally amped up for it, everything's going great, and then all of a sudden, aw man. One of those.
We both know I have to kill you now. You'll just have to imagine the fire.
Come on, Bane. Let's give these people the fight that they wanted.
Okay.
I just wish they would have been able to duke it out just a little more. And still, while we're on fighting, I think that Natalya and Catwoman should have fought as well. I know Natalya's not much of a fighter, but I feel like Catwoman was just a little bit underused. I mean, she was great in the movie. She played sultry, she played sexy, she played foxy Catwoman perfectly. I just wish we could have got to see more of her. I really think it would have worked out better for Natalya's final scene if she were to fight with Catwoman, because the way that she died was really, really weak. It was one of those 1920s death scenes, almost like, oh man, here, take care of the kids. Make sure they don't starve to death. Blech. That's kind of how she died. It was just like one of those all of a sudden, I'm dead kind of things. I saw the movie twice, and both times she died, everybody started laughing. You know you probably didn't do it that well if people are laughing at the way you died. I really think she deserves a better death scene, or at least a better way to die. And just one more nitpick that comes from the geek within. When Joseph Gordon-Levitt reveals his name to be Robin, I groaned a little bit. I was like, brrr! Why would they call him Robin? That's not his name. Why would you call your superhero Robin if your real name is Robin? That doesn't make any sense at all. They could have just said, you know, I don't really like my name. I'm not much for the name Dick Grayson. Problem solved. Now, all those nitpicks aside, this movie was wonderful. You should go check it out. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. The movie was great, and they have a lot of cameos in there. And a geek like myself loves cameos, and the ones that they had, they did them very well. I almost thought that Two-Face was going to make an appearance, maybe explain to all of us what the Dent Act is, and then just disappear or something like that. But the cameos that they did have were perfect. I know what people are thinking. Was it as good as the Avengers? That's not the type of question you should be asking. That's like saying, can we live on Saturn? It doesn't matter. Saturn's got a lot of great things going on, but it's not Earth. And I even like the underlying message that they have about the 1% in there. That's really, really cool. I don't know if they did it on purpose, but it was really neat to see. So great job, movie. I thought it was great, and go check it out. You're gonna love this. And if you want to find out when The Dark Knight Rises comes out on DVD, you can visit Cuzleem Movies at www.cuzleem.com for DVD release dates, rental and streaming information, and release dates for Netflix, Redbox, Amazon, iTunes, and Blockbuster Express. Check it out.
Well, that review was great. How about I wind down a bit with a little Slender Man? Where are you, Slender Man? Are you over there? Are you over here?
Well, this is it. It's pretty much just a big floating ship with a bunch of guns on it, so that way you can blow up as many cars as you want and mow down everything in your sight and pretend that you don't like killing people like you do, and that's pretty much it.
What's it called?
Well, it's got a big long Wayne Enterprise name, but I just like to call it the Bat.